Welcome back, everyone, to Minecraft Relay Cup 2. We have got one heck of a match here today for you. It's Team Supah Hot Fire versus Mate Gang, and I am here commentating alongside Sammy. How's it going?
Pretty well. How about you?
It's great. I'm looking forward to today's match. How do you feel against these two titan teams of speedrunning going up against each other today?
I feel like it's going to be a super close match. The predictions are heavily favoring Super Hot Fire, but I believe in Mate Gang pulling through this one. To be honest, it's going to be tight, but that's my prediction so far. We'll see though.
You know, I'm on board there with you because both of our 1.7 runners here definitely some really good runners in that category. So
Yeah,
it'll be
for sure.
quite good. Hopefully, we'll see some really clean runs coming out here. But yeah, I believe we're getting close to the start here.
Right.
And for each team, we've got Spropple representing Super Hot Fire and FedEx representing Mate Gang for our 1.7 round, followed up by Branson and Daffarade, and then Danger and Antu for 1.14 through 1.16. Very solid competitors on both sides here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not too sure who will pull through 1.7 first, but I don't know. We've seen a pattern in previous matches that whoever completes 1.7 the fastest, no matter how scuffed it is usually the winner. Because everyone else is super consistent in the other two versions.
Yeah, I would say 1.7 really is kind of like the black sheep of this tournament when it comes to the other versions' popularity at this point in time. I feel like everyone has a solid idea of what 1.14 and 1.16 look like, but 1.7, it's still a little bit unfamiliar for a lot of people.
All right. And the runner should be starting at any second. Here we go. See Spurple starting. We'll see FedEx. There we go. Syncing up the runners.
Is that all pink sheep?
Those are all pink sheep. You'd love to see it.
Okay.
Quite the rarity, to be honest. Yeah, you never see that many.
It's Minecraft's first natural wonder.
Yeah. Usually only see like one or two in like a million years, but I don't know, we just high rolled.
High rolling the pink sheep. Off to a
Yeah.
great start for both our runners here with that given luck.
Yeah. FedEx opting to go for wood first, and then probably going to temple, which I think it might be smarter since you can craft your stuff down there. But I don't think it'll matter too much in the long run.
Yeah, both strategies here should come out to close to even toward the end, you know. Depending on the use of the TNT here for the collection of wood maybe being the only thing that gives Spropple a slight edge, but not by much.
Yeah. In 1.7, there's like a 1/3 chance, or only 1/3 of all the blocks that you blow up with TNT actually drop. So blowing up trees is less effective in this version.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's exactly 1/3, but I think that's just about it. So it's not as viable of a strategy, so I think they're even more close than what appears to be seen. I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Given that information, I would definitely agree with you. It is just about as close as you can get right now, you know. And that's the interesting thing about 1.7 too. I feel like it comes to a lot of the time where it looks like one runner is way ahead of the other one, but you know, nothing really starts happening until their first night.
For sure. I mean, the overworld section just before entering the Nether is like super chaotic. You have to take care of a lot of different things, and making sure your mechanics are in check, making sure that your task overlapping, iron smelting in some cases, but since it's a temple, not really applicable. Just making sure you're trying to get as much stuff done as possible in the first day before you go ahead and make your tower. It's really stressful. It
Yeah,
really
it,
is.
it it looks like a lot to keep track of. It's just I mean, the task overlap is probably most prevalent in this version, honestly.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
also
I
like
think it's up there with 116, to be honest, because there's a lot going on in 116, but I feel like most seeds are much more linear compared to 1.7 seeds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see. I definitely agree with you there because, it might also be a little bit that 1.16 has become like the default versions for a lot of runners to flock to.
Sure.
Um, and not to say the other versions are less. I would just say that 1.16 is what introduced a large majority of not majority, a large group of people to Minecraft speedrunning.
Hmm. I agree for sure. If it wasn't for 1.16 becoming so popular through different content creators and popular speedrunners, like I don't think the community would be where it's at today.
Oh,
And
absolutely not.
it's also important to think about like how um, other categories probably would have been disregarded if we didn't have as many community members who were introduced to this community to like work on strats and stuff. If that makes sense, it's awesome to see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of these top runners that started playing in 1.16, once they, get their amazing sub 11 and a handful of them, even quicker than that, um, they're like, okay, I've pretty much done the best I can at 1.16. What other versions can I start moving into? And then that's when you get a new influx of 1.14 and 1.7 runners.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, sadly, we don't see as many 1.14 runners nowadays. We see most people running 1.15 and going for
Right.
double day strats and stuff like that. Um, so it's kind of unfortunate to see less people playing Classic because it's a very fun strategy. And I'm glad Relay is showcasing Classic strategies, even though they're mostly considered obsolete.
Yeah, it's nice to see it in a format where it's still applicable because um, 1.15 is the faster version at this point, most
Mhm.
likely.
I mean, you could do first day Classic in 1.15, but it's the time window is kind of difficult to hit. So, and it's a lot easier to reset for double day, since coastals are much more likely than getting very, very good classic seeds. So, it's a bit of a trade-off. I think
Yeah,
both strategies are viable for world record, but double day has more potential. So, there you go.
maybe one of these days we'll just get that absolutely beautiful seed that just 1.14 takes the crown again.
All right. Yeah.
And we actually something interesting is FedEx actually went for a diamond sword and diamond shovel, and Sprapple opted for the diamond pickaxe instead. And I'm less familiar with 1.7 than I am with other versions. I don't know if that'll make a huge difference in their runs here.
I think the only difference is that, well, it's really only the damage. For iron swords, you have to do 2 crits to kill a blaze. And with diamond sword, I think it's 2 regular sword hits or maybe 1 crit, 1 regular sword hit. So having a diamond sword makes it a little bit more lenient with fighting blazes, but that's just about it. There's really no big advantage.
Okay, interesting.
Sprubble's having some issues fighting these blazes. This is a little scary.
Yeah, definitely rough here. The lack of saturation mechanics in this version really make it tough to handle these blazes if you get hit down to low health early on.
Mhm. It can be quite tough. Opting to bait fireballs using an L-shape type structure. Um, I don't think that's the worst strategy in the world with fighting blazes. It's definitely a very safe option, but I feel like with strategies like this, you tend to get overwhelmed quite easily. So,
Yeah, especially with both spawners being pretty close enough for there to be another set
Oh, look at that
spawning.
second spawner. Oh my. Look at that. That's quite
Definitely
scary.
a little bit dangerous.
Hmm.
But already at 4 blaze rods, not terrible drop rates.
Yeah, good drop rates. This is very, very nice to see. Um, I wonder if Sprurple's gonna decide to be a little bit risky and go to the other spawner and try to kill those blazes, but I think I kind of doubt it considering this is a tournament scenario. You want to play it safe almost all the time.
Yeah, especially given that we've seen so many 1.7 runs, or like you mentioned earlier, so many of these matches are determined by who finishes their 1.7 run first.
Hmm.
And so this is probably the version to play it a little bit safer. You can afford a little bit of time loss using safer strategies.
For sure. Yeah, blocking up the wall where the blazes are, kind of smart from Sprurple. It's really, really good to see.
Yeah, not going to catch a stray fireball coming in from anywhere.
Hmm.
From those, I mean, that's at least 6 or 7 on the other spawner.
Yeah, that's insanity. We can see FedEx opting to do second day Nether and going for tower on first day.
Okay,
S-
interesting.
It might be safer, but it's definitely slower, so we'll see how this pays off.
Yeah, I know the last match I commentated for, both runners ended up. I believe it was BJR versus. Oh my gosh, who was it? I feel bad. The name slipping. Um,
It was T-Wags' team versus...
Team Zatch.
Yes.
They're 1.7 runners. Both got a nutty amount of pearls from one night. I believe Team Zatch got 15 and Team T-Wags with the T-Wags got 17 from one
Right.
night.
Yeah, that's absolute insanity. Like, you'll never see any 1.7 runner nowadays leaving the tower with that many pearls. Like, they're usually leaving on 12 or 13 in an RSG environment. Um, I don't know.
Oh,
Um,
did
oh, go ahead.
Brabble may have finished up Blaze Rods.
Yeah. Going to be leaving a little bit late, just barely sub 10, so it's going to be a little bit late to finishing the tower. So FedEx might have a small advantage on the whole Pearl department, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll probably lose about 2 minutes, give or take, a little bit less.
Yeah,
Building this tower, eating into the
yeah,
nighttime just a touch.
yeah. I was doing my tower research last night because I wanted to become more familiar with commentating this version, and more popular strategies for building tower usually take around 2 minutes to build, probably a little bit less than that. So I don't think it's ever going to be a big deal.
Yeah, especially with these experienced runners, they're coming into this tournament, brain fully loaded with tower knowledge. It's unlikely it'll take them too long to build these.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
But yeah, going for different tower styles here. I think I'm not familiar with the names, but
Um. Sprople's going for OBT, and I think FedEx is going for DMT or Chaos. I don't remember the difference between them.
okay.
The pie chart guy is bouncing.
The mascot of Team Super Hot Fire.
Jamming.
Honestly, you love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
these
right.
1.7 matches do end up playing out very similar for the first 10 minutes or so. And then once the Endermen start spawning and you start getting your kills, that's really the point where you're going to start seeing a something spark up.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Both of them are going to start digging down at the same time.
Yeah, both runners having built their towers correctly, not dying on that last ladder there.
Whirlpool setting fire to himself um, on the way down, which is smart. Task overlap as well.
Yeah, FedEx actually taking a death to a zombie there.
It's unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. It's all right. Um, hmm.
And it looks like Sprople is done with the tower. Everything is set up, just on the hunt for Enderman at this point.
You can see that the ladder after oh, what is it called? The ladder after ledge is being used to look around for Enderman. So Sprople can figure out if he should die instantly or bait Enderman to the center of the tower for them to fall down into the hole.
Oh, that's smart. That'll save, honestly, a decent chunk of time here. I saw some tower strategies that, it's very minimal time saves that come in, but you'll see runners with towers that allow them to die, just fractions of a second quicker than other towers, and sometimes that is the difference maker toward the end of the runs.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, in a tournament setting, every second counts. Every second that you can save is really important to helping you and your teammates out. So there you go.
Yeah, and it looks like with Sprople's tower there too, there is a very low risk of creepers getting a little bit too close to your tower and blasting something there with the by taking a death before actually hitting the ground entirely.
One advantage that FedEx's tower has is that they're opting to use cactus, and cactus can be used to kill the spiders and task overlap getting string. So there's going to be a little bit less RNG with trying to get a spider on the way to the stronghold for a bow.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. I always just looked at that as it's just protection against spiders, but killing them to grab their string early on definitely a great way to go. We see both runners here actually having lost a couple Endermen before they fell into the pit entirely.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter too much in the long run since the Enderman Ender Pearl drops are elevated to I think 62.2 or 62.25% or something like that. So just slightly above average drops.
Ah,
So
okay.
it should be pretty effective. 62.5. Thank you.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that either. That's actually something really good to know. That you know what? That explains the absurd Ender Pearl drop rates
Right.
um, of previous matches.
hmm in a tournament setting, probably I think 14 should be the minimum for runners to get. And more than that is definitely helpful for, let's say, pearling to crystals for like doing crystal hits or just pearl traveling to the stronghold or any other reason.
Yeah, there's definitely a very solid benefit of having extra pearls in a match like this. Um, any lost time is gonna be time your teammates have to try and make up later on. And if your 1.7 run takes too long, 1.14 and 1.16 are just such quick versions. It'll be very difficult to make up that time.
Robles Tower almost got blown up. That was close. You can
Oh
see
yeah,
that creeper hole. Oh my.
that is like just as close as it can be.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, there was this piece of sand stuck at the bottom of the tower. Oh, that's not good. That makes it difficult to... Yeah, and Enderman grabbed one on the way down. Now
Oh my,
Spripple has to place sand and then mine all the way down.
that's
That is
brutal.
not good.
That's really unlucky. Oh my gosh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to tag that water with a solid block down there.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
using the
Okay, they
spawn
got it.
protection.
Right, spawn
Very
protection is definitely
smart.
the way to go. Also, only has one pearl. Um, that's interesting. Why
That's
does Sprupple have only one pearl?
very concerning.
Why? Uh-oh.
Is that just the worst drop rates we've ever seen somehow?
Are they just bad drop rates, or like
Did they despawn? No, they wouldn't have despawned. The other
they wouldn't
items
have
were still down there.
despawned? Oh, the sand meant that the Enderman didn't die. Opting to restart.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That's that's a brave move.
That's a very tough decision to make almost 20 minutes into the run here. That is a lot of time to catch up. At this point, Spromple is probably hoping FedEx makes a mistake somewhere in the run here. That is just as unfortunate as it gets. And I mean, it's not even player error. That's just unlucky.
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate luck. Wow. I mean, hopefully the Blazes will be a little bit more cooperative this time. So, I don't know. Also, I'm wondering how FedEx will deal with the Blazes considering how tough they were to deal with for Sprupple.
Yeah, we do need to consider as well that Sprupple did have all the blazes done at that point, so there is going to be time for Sprupple to try and catch up here if they can get the blazes done first day as well.
Mm.
Because FedEx will still need to go collect the blaze rods in a couple minutes from now when nighttime ends.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, a lot of time to make up there.
Mhm. All right, the sun is rising. This looks like to be one more cycle. All right.
Yep, and that's it. Going to check the pearl count. I didn't quite catch that.
13.
All right, a
Yeah,
little bit on
just
the lower
13.
side for a tournament, but definitely enough to get the run going.
Yeah, it's definitely a little risky. You can always try to get some pearls in the stronghold or whatever it may be. So that can be a little scary, but I think it's still doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with a lead like this, it's there's definitely going to be some leeway. Especially you end up being one short once you get to the stronghold. You have time to hunt around for an Enderman, check all the stronghold chests, with about a 20-minute lead.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not ideal though. Seeing a reset come out that late into the run, which is kind of astonishing that it has even worked out that way. I've never heard of an instance of that occurring before, but I'm sure it has to other runners.
I've actually not seen that either. I've not been following pre 1.9 as closely, but that's just really, really unfortunate RNG.
Yeah, especially realizing it toward the end of your pearl collection too.
Yeah. I initially thought it was because of the creeper explosion. Maybe it knocked a sand down or whatever it may be. But yeah, it must have happened much, much earlier for it to prevent so many Endermen from dropping pearls.
Yeah, it would have been probably the second Enderman that dropped it, second or third Enderman, depending on the luck there. But
Mm-hmm.
just a really bad draw.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the second time around Sprupple does pretty well, and I hope FedEx does pretty well with handling these blazes.
Yeah, the Diamond Sword should aid a little bit in that process with FedEx approaching the fortress here.
Mm.
I always hesitate when calling out a structure name because there are three structures in Minecraft that all are practically synonyms of each other. Fortress, Stronghold, Bastion. They all mean the same
Right.
thing.
No, yeah. And yeah, that can be kind of confusing. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting now that I think about it. I didn't think about that before.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think Bastion is used as often as the other two might be for like fortress castle sort of thing.
Right.
To all of the commentators out there who slip up and say the wrong thing all the time, it's okay.
It's not a huge deal. It's not the end of the world.
I say that too for my own sake.
Oh gosh. All right. That's a different style of defense that FedEx is opting to use. Opting to do a single line of blocks, or never mind. Um, just a different style. I don't know what. Opting to do like a more angular design.
Yeah, only having broken a couple blocks in front of the spawner as well. Um, Maybe just not ready to risk standing at the back to mining it. Or not having a pickaxe, actually. I don't see a pickaxe on the hotbar. That might just also be the reason.
Yeah. Um, I think they have a pickaxe. Oh, they're making one. All
There it
right.
is.
Um, hmm. And opting to not mine out the spawner like completely is probably safer. So, because we saw Sprupple struggle with the blazes before.
Yeah, and
Also,
and
oh yeah.
Sprupple is just back on that spawner, getting
Hmm.
blasted by those blazes again. A
Yeah.
lot of them spawning immediately.
Yeah, this is quite scary. Opting to
Yeah,
do a different style of defense, a similar like design, but like a different, like doing 4 blocks instead of the 2. It's
yeah, a
interesting.
little bit safer there, it looks like. Gonna want to conserve that health and not take a death here. Because at this point, Sprupple probably knows there's a lot of time to be made up, and nothing else can go wrong at this point in the run.
Clueless. I mean, anything can happen, you know? Oh, ooh, okay. I almost jinxed it.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I gotta watch what I say a little bit. I don't want to commentators
yeah.
curse anyone here. FedEx actually having the same issue Sprapple did with the horde of blazes covering that left flank.
Even on the
Oh
right
my.
flank, there's a bunch of strays. This is kind of scary.
Yeah, health not super high right now. You've got all the blazes on the left side ballooning up,
Mhm.
hitting from above. Not really able to do much about that. There's no time or really space to make a tower safely, or to make a wall safely.
Yeah, this is a really tough situation because, I mean, it's going to be hard to kill blazes at all. Getting that opportunity to get in there is almost impossible. And we
Ooh.
see a death. Unfortunate.
All
Wow.
the items should hopefully still be there.
I think they should be. I don't think there was any fire around, so it should be okay.
But yeah, Sprobble
Um,
actually on 2 hearts here as well. Very low, very risky, coming
mhm.
out here.
Wow.
Sprobble probably gonna have to spend a little bit longer in here killing blazes than last time.
Yeah, this is definitely worse pace. Also, is going to take a death as well. Wow, these blazes are tough.
Yeah, and I believe Sprobble was at the other spawner this time around, actually.
Yes.
But still just no dice with it. Very, very difficult, Fortress setup here.
What? Oh gosh. Yo, that gassed. What's up?
What is happening? There it is, finally getting the kill on that ghast.
Gosh, that gas was annoying.
Just really getting right up in FedEx's face.
Hmm. Well, at this point, I think FedEx has the lead by
I
a
would agree.
decent margin. Has the pearls, is not missing any nighttime. You know, it's like, yeah, I think doing second day is pulling off.
Yeah, it was, a little bit safer of a strategy to ensure you have enough nighttime to get all your pearls in. But You know, Sprople dying has definitely set back the pace even more.
Yeah. And all of FedEx's blazes got back on sync with their firing, like their shooting. So it was a lot easier to take care of them once baiting them and then just going right through them all. Um,
Yeah, which is just really
yeah,
nice to see when you've got this many blazes on you.
yeah,
You know, there's no shields in this version. There's no fire protection. There's no quick saturation healing.
yeah. We're gonna see Spurple get to the 10-minute mark without having any part of the tower built up. This is gonna be really, really tough, considering the rates that we saw with FedEx doing an entire night and getting 13 pearls. I think this might be detrimental to Spurple.
Yeah, this very well could lead into a second night tower.
Hmm. It looks like
Yeah,
Spurple's having trouble like counting the blaze shots, how many shots the blazes are shooting, to accurately estimate when to go in and try to kill them all.
yeah, and on this other spawner, it just seems like a little bit more
Oh, okay.
difficult
Scary.
to get going. But making what I believe to be the smart decision here and leaving, 11 minutes on the timer. You're about a minute into nighttime already by the time you exit the nether. And you still need to build that tower. So you're looking to have about 6.5 minutes left of nighttime to get all your pearls.
Yeah, well, Spurple is out of the nether for the second time. Gonna be making the tower later than last time as well, due to that death.
Yeah, and at nighttime, which means there's just going to be a plethora of mobs to deal with.
Hmm.
And additionally, leaving only on 6 blaze rods as well, not having that full 7.
Did Spurple have 7 the last time?
Yes, I think.
Wow.
It might
Yeah,
have been
it would
6,
make.
actually.
I think it was 7. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, that
Second
death
run through, it's
just...
worse.
FedEx first eye throw. And in this version, you can get to the stronghold a lot quicker than in later versions, so we should not see, ideally, too much traveling here.
Sure.
But yeah, a very big setback for Team Super Hot Fire.
Well then. Um. hmm,
The tower almost fully constructed. Still gonna need the dig down part. Sprouple maybe gonna do an extra block down or place a button to prevent any blocks from being placed and preventing the Enderman from dying this time, just in case that phenomenon happens again.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen again, but commentator's curse tends to come in pretty frequently. So, who knows? We'll see.
That's why I'm hoping to see just a small safety prevention to keep any curses at bay. But yeah, the diamond pick actually going to make quick work of getting down here at least. Should not have to spend too much time waiting or too much time building the rest of this tower. And there we go with the tower's completion. Sprople is just going to wait on these Endermen to spawn and hopefully get it done in these last 6 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if my theory or prediction is correct, whoever finishes 1.7 first is usually gonna have the easiest time winning. So it's it really depends on what happens in future versions. If anything, like if anyone chokes or anything like that on Mate Gang's side.
Yeah, if mate gain can get to 1.16 without any huge mistakes, it's a lot easier to reset in 1.16 because your run will most likely um, fail in the earlier stages as opposed to the later stages of 1.16.
Mhm.
Unless you go for a nutty 0 cycle.
Yeah.
If you played safe, go for the 1 cycle, you're probably looking pretty all right.
Yeah, for the most part. Um, hmm. And maybe I am jinxing it, but it's content, so what can you do?
Yeah, these runners are they have subjected themselves to this, all for the sake of the craft, the prestige.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh.
FedEx probably getting real close to the stronghold right about now.
Yeah.
And Sprubble is actually not getting horrible Enderman spawns. So
Rick
there
Claus. God.
there is opportunity for Sprubble to catch up this night. And not having to do second day rods, except maybe grabbing one more to be safe. But knowing there's a time deficit, Sprubble might also just gamble on the 6 rods.
We'll see if it pays off. I think it will personally because I think Sprouple's pretty solid with triangulation. Sprouple's a pretty solid all-around player. Can pretty much play any version and do well.
Yeah,
And yeah, 1.7 requires really, really good triangulation because of lack of calculators and other strategies that are used in other versions.
yeah, you really want to get accurate digging right into that portal room in this version. I'm gonna go down and check pearl count.
Yeah, FedEx opted to do a safety bed above the stronghold, or wherever the stronghold may be, getting chased by 2 baby zombies. This is quite
That
stressful.
I'm totally on board with the safety bed in a tournament setting. My only concern being, if you dig straight down for that stronghold and you've got your safety bed right in the middle of the desert, there's really not much you're going to be able to do to get back into that stronghold at a decent rate. You won't have to reset your whole run, but it's going to eat up a lot of time grabbing, even just a pickaxe to try and dig back down.
For sure. Did that eye break? I think it did.
Yeah, I think
Uh-oh.
so.
Or maybe having trouble finding it.
Yeah, getting hounded by mobs here too. Like I think I saw at least 2 baby zombies chasing FedEx right there.
Hmm. Okay, it's pretty close. FedEx has a solid idea of where it is. Right where he is right now, I dig down, yeah.
Not going to get dropped on by a creeper. Very fortunate there.
Hmm. Don't jinx it.
He blocked up the top. It's okay.
Mhm. Yeah. We'll see, we'll see.
Dropping down into a creeper. I did not say anything about that, so
Hmm.
I'm in the clear.
Well, we'll see. um, hmm,
I'm not sure if FedEx
there we
crafted
go.
all the eyes. Oh, it's a 2-eye.
Awesome.
That's very fortunate.
That's very lucky. Oh, 3-eye rather. Jeez. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ended up wasting a pearl. Or an eye rather. Or, pearl eye. Same difference in this context.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well have made the extra in this case. Not gonna take that risk.
For sure. Is gonna be mining out some gravel to get some arrows. Good. Making sure you have an abundance of arrows going into the end is something that we're seeing a lot of players either accidentally or intentionally avoiding to save a little bit of time. and just high rolling for a really, really good end fight. It's just not viable at this point. You have to be going for a solid amount of arrows to make
Yeah.
sure you can break crystals and bait the Ender Dragon, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely the smarter play here when it comes to your first 1.7 run. And actually, even with Spropple's, like, I think it was a reset 15 minutes into the run, Sprapple has thrown their first eye and is making their way toward the stronghold. And they don't know it, but it being a 3-eye means they are most likely set on Blaze Rods. Leaving on 6 was a risky gamble, but it looks like it's going to pay off and make up a huge amount of time.
Also has an abundance of pearls, getting, I think, 16 it was.
I think it was
So,
17, 12 eyes and 5 left in the inventory.
oh, I see. So that showcases how much better OBT is compared to FedEx's tower. I think I don't remember what tower it is. God, I think it's dark matter.
Oh, Sprapple just threw 3 eyes in a row. I don't think
Um,
that was intentional. One
no,
broke.
definitely trying to just eat food for sure.
Oh god, that could have
um,
been really bad. No extra, rods in the inventory either, so gonna have to figure out where the stronghold is with, a maximum of 2 more eye breaks.
yeah, Spropple's probably just a little bit scared because keep in mind Spropple doesn't know that it's a 3-eye, so might be shaking in his boots a little.
Yeah, definitely, concerning to have that eye break unintentionally so early on.
Hmm.
But, we as the commentators are chilling because we know there is, a nice
Yeah,
amount of eyes in there.
for sure.
And actually, we could even see very similar end enter times here with FedEx taking the time to ensure they're prepared to fight the Ender Dragon with no issues, and Sprapple kind of throw in caution to the wind a little bit and just sending it.
FedEx is not giving any chance for the dragon to annoy him at all, getting over a stack of arrows. That's incredible.
You know, when you're in a tournament like this, you really want to make sure when you're 40 minutes into the run that nothing is going to go wrong at that point, because losing the run at this point is, I mean, that's almost game.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna jinx anything, so I'll just keep quiet. We'll see.
All right.
This terrain is really annoying. Okay, there we go. Opting to throw a pearl. That's good.
There you go, FedEx in the dragon fight. Sprapple not too far behind. It looks like this is very close to the location that FedEx dug down. So we should have a second end enter here very shortly.
Mhm. We will see. We will see.
I think the eye turns around here actually.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that eye broke,
Oh wow.
leaving
Well.
leaving
Oh my
Sprapple with barely enough eyes to get into this portal room. Oh my
God.
gosh.
This Spriffle must be shaking in his boots, just hoping that there's enough eyes.
Yeah,
Enough arrows.
23 minutes into the run, and you are presented with a you need the 3-eye portal to make the run happen. Oh, not quite digging down into the portal room, not wanting to use that last eye to ensure you're digging down the exact right spot. So gonna lose a little bit of time navigating the stronghold.
Yeah, this is really annoying. Oh, you just walked right past it? Oh, you're gonna want to go for a string. I see. Okay. 3 high.
Oh
Freaking
my
out. Let's go.
gosh.
Oh, saved. Actually saved.
Gonna need just a little bit of string to make this happen. And FedEx getting that first bed off, doing a decent amount of damage.
That's some solid damage. With most or all of the crystals taken out, this end fight is going to be a breeze. I
Yeah,
hope I just didn't just jinx it, but you know, scripted, yeah.
it's for the drama of it all. Second bed hit, another solid
Another
hit.
solid hit, yeah.
Yeah, Sprapple looking for this library and not having any luck finding it so far. Time just taken away.
Wow. So they were getting pretty close, but Spropel needing that string that FedEx ended up getting from uh, the variation of tower that they used. Just helped out in a tournament setting, even though that they got less pearls.
Yeah, and given the end fight for Sprupple here, um, there's some time to be made up.
Cool. Filling in the end portal, getting ready for the end fight. Plenty of beds, not a lot of arrows, so Spropel's gonna opt to mine more flint.
Definitely the safe play here. You don't want to go in until you have at least something going for you in the way of more than 3 arrows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a little scary.
But yeah,
Okay. Getting 31 arrows total, I think that's a very comfortable number.
should be plenty to work with in this end fight.
For sure.
Yeah, it looks like it should be about 2 more beds or so for FedEx here before the dragon's done. It's very close for Sprupple having lost about 16 minutes and having to reset entirely.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. Gonna go for another bed hit. Solid damage. Only need one more bed hit.
Yeah, this run is just about over for FedEx.
Wow.
Not quite getting that swoop.
Hmm. Despite the rocky start with the Blazes, this has gone really, really smoothly. So I'm impressed with how the runners have played for this.
Yeah, both runners making it work with the unfortunate tides that came their way. Sprapple having to reset, taking a death. FedEx taking a death in the Blaze fight as well, and just making the best of it and coming out of here with a very solid run.
This dragon for FedEx is not being cooperative. Oh, here we go. We have a charge. That's it. That closes it out for Mate Gang.
And
Both
actually,
of the runners being really, really close together.
there is not going to be nearly as much time to make up for Team Super Hot Fire here.
Yeah, they're really, really close together. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, one more really clean bed hit here should do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Daffarade getting started 1.14.
Mm-hmm. Not seeing. I don't think they saw a temple right away. So opting to go for 4 logs instead of the usual 3.
Oh, so close on that
I dig
dragon
it.
hit for Sprapple there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, making quick work of this dragon fight. Hopefully going to get one more swoop here in the next couple seconds.
Here we go. And that closes it out for Super Hot Fire.
Yeah, only
Wow.
about a just under a minute difference for the teams here.
Yeah, that really shows how close these players are. Here we got
Branson jump.
Brenton. Brenton with the face cam. Hello. um. All right.
Apparently hoping for not Dark Oak, but it looks like that has been granted to the runners.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see that Dark Oak seeds are usually easier to seed find for compared to Savannah Village seeds. Just because you're looking for a biome and then any type of village compared to like a specific type of village and a structure and then a temple. It's just a bit of a mess. So, you know, you're going to see probably a lot more dark oak seeds, most likely.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. Shout out to the seed finders because that is not an easy job. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Find a good seed. Oh, seed was too easy. Find a bad seed. Oh, that seed was way too tough. Seed finders, what are you doing? So thank you, seed finders, for all the work you put in.
Mm. For sure. But yeah, since I'm participating, like I'm trying to like metagame it and be like, okay, what's it most likely to be? What strategies do I need to practice in order to perform the best? So I'm practicing like a bunch of different 1.14 strategies to like make sure I have all of the advantages I can possibly get.
I mean, it's smart. That's what you want to do.
hmm Um, Dafared is opting to go for um breaking workstations and stuff first day. This is really helpful because then you can ensure um the villagers are unemployed, so you can trade first day if you're out of nether really fast, or you can trade before the first restock time with as many
Yeah,
villagers as possible. Just good task overlap, really.
honestly, super smart to get that going early on.
hmm
Um, both runners at just about the same point of the run here. Large difference being the looting of this temple.
Right. Yeah, Brenton opted to get tools first and then enter the temple. We'll see how that pays off. I usually find getting like a couple logs and just heading straight to the temple, blowing it up, usually is faster, but sometimes you can get really, really unlucky with your gravel, or not your gravel, your gunpowder amounts. So you'll be leaving the temple with 8 instead of a bunch of them. 8 TNT. It's just, it's a bit of a risk reward, but in a tournament setting, not usually an issue.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of like opting to not blow up the temple here, because 1.14, as far as I am led to believe, a huge part of it is that inventory management aspect, and avoiding all the crud that exploding a desert temple brings into your inventory, is definitely not the worst thing to avoid if you're trying to get just a little bit quicker. It's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, so Super Hot Fire has saved up a lot of time. Um, has probably a couple minutes ahead, unless Daf is gonna go for some first day blowing up, which in most scenarios is significantly slower than doing blowing up after when you leave and doing part of it second day. But it really depends on how confident you are doing Nether and stuff first day. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Um, And I'm wondering if Dafferaid opted to start blowing things up due to not spotting the lava pool here.
Right. Opted just to blow up one TNT. Just gonna look around. I'd say the lava pool is pretty logical to find. It pretty much makes sense. Um so this is definitely not a seed finder issue if they cannot find the lava pool. It's pretty self-explanatory as to where it may be.
Yeah, and I think Dafferaid, having not spotted the lava pool, is probably just going to opt to keep working on getting villagers ready to go and possibly going back to the Dark Oak to blow it up.
I think he's just trying to organize the inventory, try to figure out what's going on, because this inventory is completely full. Like, the issue with getting so many beds right at the beginning is that your inventory is almost gonna be completely filled up when you're trying to blow up Dark Oak. You need every single inventory slot to properly inventory manage, so it can be kind of difficult.
Yeah, I see a lot of 1.14 runners grab their beds after trading is done. You've got the Eyes of Ender all slotted up in the inventory. Then you grab your beds as you're leaving the village.
Mhm. The most efficient routing that I found is I'm kind of sharing all my secrets and strategies and stuff, but once after I trade my first set of pearls from the cleric, I go around and then get all my beds, head back, and then trade after when the villager is already restocked. So I'm task overlapping, waiting for the cleric to restock, and then getting beds. So there you go. It's like getting every chance that you get to task overlap, do multiple things at once, is going to give you every advantage possible in a tournament.
Honestly, that's very smart, and I'm not sure if Branson actually grabbed beds or not yet. I don't think so. I think only I see one in the inventory there, possibly for a blaze bed, but it does not look like it so far.
Yeah, just sadly does not appear so.
But yeah, both runners opting for a shield. For a long time, and I don't know if this is still prevalent, but for a long time, there was a lot of debate about the efficacy of shields in speedrunning with, it being really like balanced 50-50. Some people were like totally for shields, and a good handful of people were totally against shields in speedrunning.
Hmm.
So what's your take on that? How do you feel about people using shields in speedrunning?
Um, I feel like they can be good. Um, yeah, I'm an unbiased commentator. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a shield hater personally. I just don't feel comfortable using them. They can be really good, but like if you're dealing with one or two blazes, I think that's when it's best to use a shield. But if you're getting attacked from multiple angles, it's best to just prioritize keep your movement good, like just move back and forth, It's like it's a lot to manage for sure, but if you're going shieldless, but I think it's a more consistent strategy. If you're just gonna, just keep movement good, and, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah,
Ah,
fair enough. That's interesting.
mhm. Also, if you don't get any like gold or iron from your temple, you can spend that extra iron that you get from killing golem that you could be spending on a shield on getting an iron shovel, which speeds up your gravel mining. So
Right, true.
that's another thing to take into account. Do you want to make sure that you're safer when fighting blazes, or do you want to be a little bit quote unquote riskier and get better flint drops and stuff?
That makes a lot of sense because I never really delved too deep into the shield thing because I wasn't playing a ton of 1.14, 1.15 at that time, and so I was like, I'll just use a fire res. I play 1.16, but
Yeah, I really
hearing that
appreciate
perspective, it totally makes sense why I see why some people are so adamant against using them. It makes sense. A
it.
little
Hmm.
bit of a high risk, high reward play.
Yeah, I uploaded a video yesterday, in fact, about blaze fighting strategy in 1.14 and up without fire res and stuff. So and it kind of showcased how without a shield, it's really not that difficult because Minecraft mobs are really dumb. Like they they really don't like function that well. Like they're really stupid. So like if you're just gonna be baiting fireballs, you're eventually gonna get hit. It happens, but in 114 you have all this food. It's like I don't know, it's not too complicated. It's like once you get enough practice, it's like doing the same thing over and over again. It just takes a long time of practice.
Yeah, I can see that transition being, newer runners starting out with a shield and then only crafting a shield if they have the extra iron for it, and then eventually turning that into it's a time loss to craft a shield. I'm just gonna go for it. So,
Hmm.
I can kind of see that as like the process of getting better at speedrunning.
Sure. Um, we're seeing Branson being done with blowing up before the 10-minute mark. Really, really, really solid pace. I'm wondering if we're gonna see Branson using more modern um, trading strats and not opting to do any first day trading. I would try to get a villager up as soon as possible, but opting to take that time to inventory manage and then sleep.
Yeah, not a bad move there. You've got pretty much all the wood you're gonna need, and and not knowing it, Branson does have a pretty decent lead right now, having already gotten the exploding out of the way, having all the rods necessary in the inventory. But gonna have to spend some time collecting beds and breaking workstations here. Something Dafferay did do earlier in the run.
Mm-hmm.
So the time difference is not as vast as it would appear to be right now.
Right. I'm curious as to what your opinion is. Do you like Dark Oak more or Savannah Villages?
I don't have a lot of experience running 1.14, if I'm being honest. I ran it like well over a year ago, and then I swapped to 1.15 because Duncan coerced me. Um,
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. I'm running 1.15 now as well, doing first day classic strategies and stuff, going for sub 20 record depending on what happens. So like,
but yeah, I'd have to say which one I prefer more. I've really, in real runs, I villages.
mm. Yeah, I mean, I like the villages because the proximity is always really good to the villagers, obviously, because you're blowing up a village. But the inventory management can be kind of difficult if you're a little stressed out, nervous, or whatever it may be.
Oh yeah, I think if I were to be a 1.14 runner, I would probably be. I'd say Dark Oak would probably be nicer because at least in my early days of speedrunning, inventory management was always just like one of the hardest things to do. And you're blowing up a Savannah village. You've got like the doors, the different colored logs, the
Hmm.
slabs, the fences, the gates, and it's all just extra mess to have in your inventory. Versus Dark Oak Forest, that's just logs, baby.
Yeah, it's easy. You have to clean out your inventory like once, like after blowing up one tree. It's super easy. Um, and the only items that you ever have to throw out are ones that you're just never gonna need again, like sandstone, cut sandstone from blowing up the temple, whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's really straightforward with Dark Oak. Savannah Village, little bit like just less ideal
Yeah.
for
Um,
ease of inventory management.
yeah. We're seeing Branson struggle with a single Fletcher, which is really annoying.
Yeah, not getting those guys to come over.
Hmm. Approaching 14 minutes with 3 Fletcher's tables and proper villager management. It's easily possible to be leaving right around now, but unfortunate villager proximity and other factors are going into this, making it a little bit
Yeah,
difficult.
we might see FedEx have an easier time getting the villager because they opted to break all those workstations early on.
Hmm.
And I believe at this point, they've worked through either all of or most of their TNT. And so they should get their trading process started here any minute.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
Oh, looks like all the pearls are there for Branson. Going to be
All
throwing
right.
the first eye momentarily, if I'm not mistaken.
Picking up beds and stuff.
Oh, still needing some arrows.
Hmm. Eating while trading. Love to see it.
The time save.
Hmm. So tabbing out. um.
Are calculators allowed in this tournament?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're
That's
gonna
what
be
we're seeing.
seeing 1.14 plus runners using those calculators in most scenarios.
Yeah, at this point, use what resources are available to you. You want to make this run as quick as possible. As far as Team Super Hot Fire knows, they have a lot of ground to make up, given the reset in the 1.7 or pre 1.9
Hmm.
match.
For sure. Hmm.
But yeah, Dafferade beginning the trading process, not super far behind Branson in the grand scheme of things. Looks like Dafferade actually got those villagers together a lot quicker.
Yeah, they're all in this almost the exact same location, making it much, much easier to trade with all of them.
Yeah,
Gonna
and
be
two
getting
Fletchers
restocks
on
almost
this.
instantly.
Yeah, definitely a better villager setup from Dafferade here, able to make really quick work of getting these trades done.
Yeah. And all of that time that villagers are spending away from their um, workstations, so in case, like, the cleric and the Fletcher, they're not going to be trying to restock. So placing a boat on top of those workstations makes them restock significantly faster.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So with that strategy, which was more recently implemented into more mainstream categories or more mainstream like runs, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. Um, Single Fletcher is a lot more viable. Double Fletcher was considered standard, but now it's a lot more forgiving if you just spend a little bit of wood on some boats.
Yeah, fortunately, Dafferade not having to worry about that, getting the double Fletcher, and getting through those trades so quickly.
Nice. All right. So despite being a little bit slower with leaving the village, I think they're still capable of catching up through N2. I know N2 is going to be a very formidable opponent
Yeah,
for Danger. So,
and two in danger are the two runners in this match I have the most familiarity with,
mhm.
and they are both very good speedrunners. Not to
Yes.
discredit anyone else on their teams, I'm just more familiar with what Danger and Antu have done.
No, that's
Uh,
also the case for me.
but yeah, they are very good speedrunners, and it'll be a real tough battle between those two.
Hmm.
But Branson going to be looking to put a bit of a time gap in between their 1.14 and 1.16 runners. Going to try and get that edge on Antu.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But yeah, Dafferade really not too far behind at this point. A little bit of ground to cover before getting close to this stronghold location, but it's close.
Yeah, I don't know. 1.16 doesn't have as much time to save because, everything's becoming so optimized. So I think it's going to be a game of consistency. Whoever's the most consistent at 1.16, who doesn't make the mistakes, I think that's going to be who wins.
Yeah, I think we saw an early or not an early death. We saw a mid death in our pre 1.9 round. I think if one of these 1.16 runners takes an early death, I think that is
I
more
think that's
likely than not
decisive.
an instant win for the other team.
Hmm. I completely agree. All right, we're
Because
going to see Daff try to get a proper eye throw that doesn't go into the tree to try to find the location of the stronghold.
there,
Here we
just
are.
play it a little bit safer, get the angle down that you want. No eye
Hmm.
breaks so far, which is really good.
Hmm. I mean, I think both runners are comfortable with their 7 rods, so I think we should be all right.
Yeah, both with plenty of resources on deck here. Um, Branson having not actually gotten to the stronghold just yet, but certainly close at this point.
Hmm. We can see Antu's going for ocean travel as compared to Branson's land travel. And Daff is throwing a lot of eyes, despite having a calculator.
Yeah, not being punished for it. Those eyes are not breaking. Getting a brief look at the coordinates on Dafferade's screen. I didn't quite catch them, so I think there is still a fair bit to travel before Dafferade enters the ring here.
Hmm.
Oh, is it going to be ocean exposed? This is a huge ocean Branson is going through.
Yeah, think it might be very likely, or there's a landmass coming up, I think. Maybe not. I think it might end up being ocean exposed, if not
Y-
on the coast coming up.
Yeah, that could actually save a nice chunk of time for both runners here.
Oh, it went back.
Oh, never mind.
Is it? Oh, really? So is it not ocean exposed, but in the ocean?
That's that's definitely a
Oh, okay. Wow. Branson's found it pretty easily. Branson knows exactly where it is, right in this chunk. Yep. I don't think that last eye throw was necessary, but no reason not to, considering you have 7 rods.
yeah, extra pearls tournament setting. You can play it a little bit safe. Not going to lose that time on a unnecessary dig down underwater.
Hmm. Having some boats would be helpful right now, especially since you're going to drown. There you go.
Recovering just fine there.
Yeah.
And it looks like Dafferite has just entered the taiga forest we saw Branson in earlier. So probably 2 minutes or so behind, give or take.
Yeah. The axe is broken. That's a little scary. There's some mobs in the way. This can be a bit of an issue. Getting some
Okay.
strength for a bow. Nice.
Definitely a good play. Might as well if you're already in there. Making that extra axe, definitely the smart decision. You know, you
Yeah.
never want to slip up that one cycle just a little bit and not have the axe to finish that dragon.
Hmm.
Oh my god, just a horde of zombies and undead creatures in this stronghold. It being under the ocean, making this a lot tougher to deal with.
That's a dead end, I believe. So I would go back. But Branson's going to continue forward. Never mind. All right.
Probably doing the smart thing and making a quick turn right there, not wanting to
Mhm.
go too deep into this stronghold.
Now cornered. Uh-oh. Yeah, underwater strongholds are definitely one of the most scariest things to encounter in the game because you can see the sheer amount of mobs. It's absurd.
Yeah, this is insane, and not having blocks on the ready to shield from those creeper hits definitely a little bit concerning because you know, a creeper that's just like one block too close could end your whole run.
Wow, this stronghold is a nightmare.
Yeah, has Branson run down middle yet? I don't think so. I think it's an iron door.
I think he did, and it led to a dead end, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh
Okay.
god, 2 baby
Oh,
zombies, flashbacks to 1.7. Having those 2 baby zombies running after FedEx.
oh my gosh. And you know, this is giving Dafferate a lot of time to catch up here.
Whoa, okay. Okay, you already went down here. Gonna blow up the creeper. Get back. All
Yeah,
right.
there
Awesome.
it
Finally
is.
finds it.
Really rough stronghold. I think Dafferate is in the ocean. Certainly in the ring at this point, but in the
Safety
ocean where
bed.
the stronghold
Safety
is.
bed. Safety bed. Let's go.
I support it.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
You know, Mate Gang, their strategy for this round has been to play it slow and safe. And it's certainly not a bad decision.
For sure. Wow, this end island is
Oh,
far. Oh my gosh. I would have made slabs. Uh, Um,
yeah.
oh my.
Both.
Uh-oh. Uh,
This
um,
makes
make
slabs.
slabs. Oh my god. Bro, oh my god. No. Do
This could be.
you have a boat? Oh my god.
You know, and that safety bed's not gonna do you much
That
good,
safety net is literally gonna. Oh, that's
No!
gravel! No,
Oh!
bro.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, no. Oh
That's
no. Placed
that's a
gravel. No way.
I mean, it's not a full reset. It's a huge time loss. Uh, I mean, I don't know what to
Break the
do at this
bed.
point.
Are you gonna
Go
break
back
the bed and then die? Go back to spawn? I think that's the play.
I think that's what you have to do. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh my god. It just types GG in chat. Oh no.
You
Oh
know,
my god.
if Dafferaid can kill this dragon and make it through here just fine. I'm not sure if Dafferaid actually has extra Ender Pearl though, so but it does look like there's 33 dirt on the hotbar and plenty of blocks in the inventory. It should be okay to get across. But I mean, if Dafferaid can seal this dragon fight out with Antu as the anchor, this could very well go to mate gang.
Yeah, this is wow. Okay. And keep in mind, Mate Gang has no idea what's going on. Like they don't know that Super Hot Fire is just incredibly behind now.
Yeah,
So we're
gonna
gonna
have to
see
run
moves.
all the way back to that stronghold. Gonna have to figure out your bed situation because as far as I'm aware, there was only one village on the way there.
Gravel incident. So sad. See the convenience of having pearls just right on the end island, right there.
Yeah, Dafferaid should be able to make quick work of this dragon. Plenty of beds in the hotbar. Got the obsidian placed down.
Incredible. Just gonna
Oh,
opt to do a half bow, I think. Oh, okay, come on.
there you
One
go.
block jump. There you go.
You know, fortunately, not being a full reset for Branson here, but still, that's at least 5, 6, 7 minutes, maybe even
Yeah.
pushing 10.
Wow.
And you know, you got no bow anymore. You got no arrows. There's no half bow. You're gonna have to wait for that perch.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh.
Dafferaid very nearly taking a death there. I don't believe there was a safety bed placed in the
No,
portal
no
room,
safety bed.
and
Oh
regardless,
my
there was
god.
no bridge. Oh,
Oh my god.
Dafferaid
What are you doing?
just just so close to it all being over, but fortunately making it out just fine, surviving on a heart and a half, almost done with these towers. Gonna go
No.
for this last one here.
That significant lead almost went to a significant disadvantage.
Oh my gosh, the ups and downs of this round, the drama.
Yeah. Paragon makes a good point in chat. How is this tournament more scuffed than the first one? I think once the tournament goes on, I think we're going to see more consistent runs overall. Like, we have not seen a match without a death, I think.
Yeah, it
And I
definitely has
find that astonishing.
not been great for a lot of these early rounds.
Santa Maria?
Oh, that looks like a perch for
3
Dafferaid.
wrong chat. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to see a perch. Let's see how this goes.
All right, if Dafferaid closes,
Oh
oh,
no! 30-minute lag. Uh-oh. Oh,
is
okay. Whoa.
what the
Whoa.
heck just happened?
Whoa, it just left its face.
Was there? Did Dafferaid place in a? No. There's no
No,
obsidian in the
didn't do it.
inventory. What the heck?
No,
It just perched up there
it just perched up there because
because sandstone. What
yeah.
the?
So the way that it works is that the dragon tries to perch right above the at the exact Y level of the center of the fountain. So this Y value can be like extended if there's like a block really high up. So like if you place a block right at the center of the end, like at the height limit, the dragon will perch at the height limit. It's very, very strange.
That is incredibly. I was under the impression that only worked with a block the dragon could not break. That is so strange.
Yeah, I didn't think that would happen. Okay, we got another perch. It's all right. That's
There
really
it
funny.
is.
I've never seen that before in an RSG run. Incredible. This Dragon Height's a little interesting, but I think we're good.
Oh, these are good damage
Good, good.
beds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fantastic. That was a fantastic one cycle.
And that is it. Mate
Claps
Gang
in chat.
Believers feeling strong right now.
Yeah. All
And
right, we're gonna see
Antu
Antu. Hello. Okay.
looks like
Um,
it'll be a Shipwreck Magmervine start, if I had to guess.
yeah, most likely or shipwreck. Ruin portal. One of the two.
Yeah, Antu being
Yeah.
a very, very strong 1.16 runner. I believe either current world record holder for Icarus RSG or former world record holder.
Yeah.
But a very strong speedrunner here.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of time that's going to need to be made up by Danger here. But Branson in a village gathering beds. It's looking like it's going to be a good while left for Team Super Hot Fire here. I'm not. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm not even sure if Danger will have a chance to play, depending on how quickly Antu gets this run going.
I was gonna say the same thing. I don't know if they're even gonna have the chance to play 1.16.
Yeah, 1.7, there's a lot of space to make up time, or pre 1.9, a lot of space to make up time. 1.14, a good chunk of space to save time. 1.16, it's so hard to find that space in there because if you match two very solid runners up against each other, it is going to be very even between them.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's see how the prediction is going. So, it ended up with a slight um what is it? A slight lead to Super Hot Fire in the prediction, but contrary to everyone else's belief, I think once Mate Gang has this in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a very solid payout for Mate Gang believers and those handful of people who saw the gamble and they were like, I gotta take it. There's a chance Mate Gang wins and I'll be rich. And it is paying off big time
For
for
sure.
Super Hot Fire doubters.
Mhm.
But yeah, already in the Bastion at just under 3 minutes, a very solid time to be in the Bastion at. Oh, we get a little bit of bridge. Meanwhile, poor Branson still making their way over to the stronghold. Just so much time lost to that death. Hopefully, keeping in mind, you are still going to need a decent chunk of blocks um to get to your end island.
Yeah. Hopefully Branson remembers the coordinates to the stronghold.
Hopefully, I would assume that I would hope that's something you take note of before you die intentionally to reset back to spawn.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, we'll have to see how this pans out. That dolphin just going insane on Branson's screen. 1.14
Opting
dolphins.
Interesting. Opting to go for a dip route instead of going to the other side. This route is a little outdated, but it still serves the same purpose. I feel
You
like
know,
there's so little difference between all the routes nowadays. They're all so fast.
yeah, I'm kind of a dip route believer. I
Mm.
am an enjoyer. I'm a dip route enjoyer.
All right.
There's just something about it.
Yeah, it is fun, but I do like doing the bridge into the other side. I don't know, it's fun. Wow, those chests are loaded. All right, this is
My
definitely
gosh.
a easy 20 obby.
Yeah, this should be very easy work for Antu to get cruising here.
Mhm. Plenty of pearls, I think. No, never mind. Still waiting on some pearl trades. Plenty of string. Brinson is back in the stronghold. I didn't mention that, but
Yeah, immediately beelining back to that stronghold. Gonna safety bed.
you
And
never know. Hopefully Brinson remembered blocks this time.
yeah, I only see 12 blocks on the hotbar there.
But it shouldn't
Please
matter
have
since we already have
more.
some pre-bridge, you know?
Oh, wow, that was okay. That was way closer than I expected. Than I thought
Yeah,
Branson was when the. Oh my god, the grapple. It's just.
that's you never would have thought. Like, you see, it's not that hard to craft slabs. You can just bridge of slabs.
Oh my god, and not only uh with that whole issue, but I think we're gonna see a slab cycle happen here.
Not a slab cycle, sadly just waterlogged.
Oh, just waterlogged. Okay, okay.
So unfortunate. Have we seen a slab cycle yet?
I don't think so. I think slab cycle is you know, I think it's lost to the outdated speedrunning tech.
Oh, so sad. Side slab is still good. Trust me. It's I don't know, it took me some practice. Like I started off with the 1.14 SSG. So like full block one cycle was the only strategy used. So I don't know, it gives me nostalgia whenever I see that.
You know, that's fair. One of these days, someone's got to do it. You know, just for the heck of it.
Oh, thank you, Rila. It's so kind. Uh, All right, we see a perch for Branson.
Yeah, and while Branson's getting this perch,
Ooh,
Antu
a flip.
is uh-oh, plenty of beds.
We're good. We're good. Awesome. Love to see it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, Danger gonna have to make up a deficit of about 7 minutes here, with Antu playing this run incredibly well, already building the exit portal out with enough obsidian to make the corners, which is incredible.
Just for the flex.
Just because.
Yeah. No reason not to.
Yeah, leaving the. I'm not sure if all the blaze rods have been acquired at this point, but ooh, blinding into a cave, not ideal.
hmm But in a tournament setting, it's almost always going to be worth just mining up to the top, just so that you can guarantee that I spy.
Oh yeah, you know, and with someone as experienced as Antu, you will see a good handful of I spies coming out from them.
hmm
But yeah, Danger just gonna try and rocket through this seed, knowing knowing there is likely a lot of time to make up given the given how pre 1.9 went and how the 1.14 match went for his teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, already off to a very solid start here. Though, is Antu gonna go for a second portal? I would imagine so, given the vast amount of obsidian.
Yeah, I think that's what we're planning on seeing. Yep, Ninja Brain bot showing up on screen.
There it is.
Love to see it. Second die throw. Doing 35 FOV because I'm guessing Into has a 1440p monitor or something like that. I don't know. Because I think that's the value for 1440p monitors for... Oh, did Antu get 30 obby?
Oh my! I think that's 30 obby. Holy cow!
Oh my god. Hello?
I mean, that's just how it goes. Good
Yeah,
lord.
it's that
Um,
easy.
we might see a quicker Bastion route from Danger here, knowing there's time to make up. Probably going to go for the route you were talking about, going all the way across to the other chest side.
Hmm. The triple. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time to make up here for danger. Uh, Probably going to gamble on less gold blocks here while Antu is still working on these blazes. The drops not being amazing, given how many blazes Antu has killed at this point.
We're out now, so we should be seeing our third portal technically, coming up pretty soon.
It should be very close to here. And you know, 1.16, Antu is past all the points where any huge mistakes can be made.
Don't jinx it. There still can still be some small stuff to mess up, but it should be okay.
Yeah. And Danger doing exactly what you predicted, heading across to that other triple side to get more piglins. A quicker Bastion route is definitely the play here. And holy, then there's 30
That's
obsidian for Danger.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this seed was just loaded with obby.
Yeah, this should be a much faster Bastion exit, assuming these pearl trades and string trades come in just a little bit quicker. Might not even need that extra string, looking like crafting some glowstone for some anchors later.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, N2 seems to have missed Stronghold. Not a huge deal, really.
Not quite hitting it. Going to go for a hunger reset here. Not a bad play.
Right, good.
Oh no, Danger needing the extra gold blocks.
Oh gosh.
Just looks like it just wasn't quite enough pearls. At only 11 there in the inventory.
Hmm. Well, conveniently it's bridge, so it's pretty easy to get more gold blocks. You don't have to do some weird backup route. So,
Fortunately, just going to be
yeah.
able to grab those.
Hmm.
Needing just a couple more ender pearls.
We have 11 right now.
Yeah, Danger getting fortunate with Antu's second portal here. Losing a lot of time from how many times Antu has had to dig up and down. Or not down. There was the
I
third
know what you
portal.
mean.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, could be. It looks like it's off in this ocean.
Hmm.
All right, Danger just about to enter the fortress here, using those pearls just to make travel that much quicker.
Yeah. And we're gonna see a dig down now at around 12:30, give or take.
There it is. This should be I
Oh.
Spy any second now.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Love to see it.
On pace for a sub 15 time right now.
Wow, look at that
Instant
nav.
navigation.
Incredible. And thrilling gameplay, honestly. Zooming through that stronghold, doing head hitters the entire way through.
Yeah, not
That
even
that was
pausing
something
for a
else.
moment.
That looked like a pre-routed thing. That was insanely fast.
Yeah, we're watching TAS at this point. TAS speedrun.
Yep.
Yeah, no, not looking for a half bow or anything here. Just gonna go and wait for that 1 out of 13 chance on the dragon perch. 4 beds, and it looks like 2 anchors. Plenty of explosives to get the job done. And yeah, that 7-minute deficit from both the pre 1.9 and 1.14 rounds, just so hard to make up that time in 1.16.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we're just waiting for Perch. Um, Surely Perch can't be that bad.
Yeah,
Surely.
is there a is there a force perch in this data pack?
There is no force perch, so
Okay.
this requires, well, for consistency's sake, I think it's best to go for half bow or full bow or full bow. Sorry, that's hard to say. Um, but I think waiting for perch, standing far back, it's usually pretty consistently bad, but
Got him.
Yeah. Yup.
It took me a second to register it. I was like, but it looks like it
Yeah.
might pay off for Antu here with a perch coming in, going for no hitboxes.
Yeah. I mean, no of 3-1 cycles. Love to see them. Awesome.
there
Love to
it
see it.
is.
Mate gang closing it out. Love to see it.
Mate gang believers
Oh, nice death reset.
out of control right now.
What is that? Okay. GG's.
Yeah, very well played. And GG's to Team Super Hot Fire for catching up just as much as they could. Just not quite enough there toward the end with that unfortunate gravel play. But very well played to both teams.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, Mate gang believers out of control right now. Their points have been absolutely just distributed across the land, and it's a good day for Mate gang believers. The
sure.
dare I say the underdogs of this matchup, and they pulled through very well.
For sure. I mean, you love to see it for sure. We're gonna get the runners in for an interview any second. Hold.
It's happening.
Hold.
Hello.
Well, come on in, everyone.
Hello.
All right, welcome.
Hello. Thanks.
All right, that was a very, very exciting match from everyone. Lots of ups and downs the entire way through, but it was fantastic. Very entertaining.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
it was good.
what happened?
Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
A lot. Like
Yeah.
it happened a lot.
I mean, it was back and forth the whole time. It was a very solid match to watch. You guys played very well. I got a couple questions for the runners.
Okay.
Branson, that was just a very unfortunate end enter for you with the gravel.
Yeah, that's
What's going through your mind at that point?
I was like, yeah, I lost all my stuff. I was like, dang, I don't even know what I could do at this point. But yeah, they reminded me I had a village, so I could just get beds and just go for the one cycle again. So you know what? I finished. I'm glad.
Yeah, I saw the gravel in Branson's inventory, and I thought there's no way he bridges with this gravel.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, please don't. This is so easy.
Yeah, I
This is
could have
so
probably
easy.
jumped. I was thinking I could probably jump from this height and just water bucket
Nah,
clutch.
you couldn't. No,
I
no
couldn't?
chance. No chance. It was too far.
All right.
It was a
Alright,
couple
but-
blocks too far.
And
Yeah, really.
everyone here was like yelling, like, make slabs.
That's what I literally said. I could just make slabs. I told
Yeah.
my team I could just.
I also told him that he could have taken the calculator angle on another eye to get a 100% chance and just get
Yeah.
the chunk right.
Yeah, if
Instead
that
of
last eye
letting
didn't
it
break,
down,
I might have
it's
just
broke.
pearled. I
Yeah,
could have just pearled.
unfortunate. But yeah. What did you guys think about the pre 1.9 seed?
I hated it. It was
Oh.
terrible.
Um,
I'm not gonna lie.
pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I mean the blazes just seemed like the worst
Oh
part
yeah,
of it.
yeah. No.
Blazes were
That's the
awful.
worst. That was the worst.
But
They were
everything
like-
else was pretty clean.
Yeah. A lot of chicken.
Food is kind of
I love
scuffed at the
those.
start,
I-
but that's
A
fine.
lot of pink sheep.
I didn't even get the pink sheep.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh.
Pink sheep diff.
Did you actually not?
I got the temple wool. So
Oh, I see. Man.
So So for pre 1.9 runners,
Okay.
Sprapple, have you ever encountered an Enderman placing a block at the bottom of your tower and preventing the Enderman from dying? Has that ever happened before?
Not to me, but I've heard it can happen, but it's like such a low chance that I would never have to worry about it.
Oh god.
I guess I did.
Yeah. So Spripple had a reset around what
Like
is it?
14
Like
minutes.
14 minutes in, because of a really unlucky Enderman placing sand at the bottom of the tower. Oh,
The second retry of the seed was worse as well, because I also died to blazes that time.
yeah. Left with 6 rods instead of 7 that time. It was just a nightmare.
I left
Yeah.
with 6 the first time too.
Oh, you did you? I thought we left. Okay, we thought that you left with 7.
You got a
So,
3-eye. That was awesome.
Yeah. So what's going through your head as you're approaching the stronghold and you have 9 eyes left in your inventory as you're digging down?
I was just planning to have to go back to the Nether, because we were kind of saying there's no way. This is 3-eye. I also accidentally threw 3 eyes all at once because I just
Saw
held
that.
right click by accident.
Oh no.
But
Yeah.
it was. Oh no.
Yeah.
I should have had
That
10
was a little
eyes, but
scuffed.
I
Yeah, and actually, Dafferate, in your 1.14 run, your villager was so clean across the board. That was like
Oh, thanks.
lightning fast.
Yeah, that was clean.
Yeah, I was yelling, I love you, I fucking love you.
Yeah.
I was a little bit proud of just the crafting of all my run. Like the crafting, the trading. It's like the thing I normally practice a lot because of 115.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
It was pretty clean though. It was good.
I mean, yeah, you were a couple minutes behind at that point, but you got your trading done just a lot quicker, and that saved like a good chunk of time in between you two. It was very solid to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have a match coming up in just around 10 minutes. It will be a throwaway joke versus Friendless, which I'm a part of. And it'll be commentated by
luck.
both Sichi and Ukester. So
Good
very,
luck.
very excited. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah.
Okay, well, GG's, guys. GG's.
GG.
GG.
GG's.
Yeah, well done to all the runners. You guys played it very well. I know there were a couple unfortunate slip-ups in there, but still, well done to both teams.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for the match.
Yeah.
Other team and Neotips.
Good luck in the winners bracket.
All right. We're just gonna move to intermission. We're not gonna be rating somebody. So yeah, let's. Jason.